Las Vegas is plopped in the middle of the vast Mojave desert dirt like a multi-billion-watt fake rhinestone jewel, a brash, tasteless Ozymandian monument to people who don't understand math. While walking across the desert may be fine for biblical figures and certain hardy souls with good shoes, I was happy to accept a Chevy truck and a Polaris. You know about the Chevys, you may not know as much about the side-by-sides. Chevy Tahoe Custom. Last month, Chevrolet introduced the newest, most affordable and, you could argue, most utilitarian version of its ginormous Tahoe SUV, the Tahoe Custom. It's for customers who want the cargo and towing capability of a full-size SUV to go camping, boating or off-roading but don't necessarily want all of the option content offered on a Tahoe Premier. That towing capacity would be used on this trip to tow the next item on our adventure list, the mighty and sophisticated Polaris RZR XP Turbo EPS Dynamix Edition. That's a mouthful, that name, but it's the most performance-oriented side-by-side of the whole Polaris line, sort of the Polaris Corvette. Polaris RZR side-by-side. I spent an hour or so driving the short wheelbase, 90 inches, Dynamix active suspension and letting it soak up bumps and bangs in the Nevada desert, from Jean to Good Springs, all the way to the Pioneer Saloon, where one of the Earp brothers met his untimely end and where Clark Gable waited in Good Springs Pioneer Saloon for news of the plane crash that took his beloved Carol Lombard. Polaris RZR Power Pole. But back to the Dynamix. Why do I say it's worth all that money? After driving a RZR with Dynamix, I got into one without it and did the same route. Hitting the same gully wumper I just sailed through at the same speed resulted in the whole suspension crashing to the bump stops and my back, particularly the mid-thoracical vertebrae, a medical term I just made up, taking the full wallop of kinetic energy. It knocked the wind out of me and my back still hurts as I type this a week later. Maybe I should see a doctor. Or self-medicate. So, for the sake of your own wind and your own back, I say, pay the money. Or drive more cautiously, which is no fun. After that, we got back into the big bruiser Tahoe and returned to Vegas, which, with its showers and air conditioning, suddenly seemed a whole lot more palatable.